Identity theft can happen to anyone, but identity crimes have had a unique impact on the African American community. According to the Federal Trade Commission, African Americans are victims of identity theft more often than the rest of the U.S. population.
A January 2023 study by the Identity Theft Resource Center found 16% of identity theft crime victims who were Black lost more than $5,000 to criminals. In the same study, researchers found that victims did not just lose money, they lost time spent resolving their issues.
Consumer investigator Caresse Jackman spoke with the authors of the report about what you need to know so you can protect your information.
The Black Researchers Collective prides itself on taking their research to the streets, helping to train and equip communities with information about policy. It's why Sherry Runner and Dr. Glennis Green say issuing this report on identity crimes impacting African Americans is vital.
We want to make sure that we are adding to the positive restoration of those communities and not just doing the research for the sake of saying that this happened.
The study, in collaboration with the Identity Theft Resource Center, or ITRC, spoke with focus groups from 3 major cities with large Black populations, asking about experiences with ID theft, how they've protected themselves against it, and if they were able to recover when compromised.
Some of the most prevalent incidents of victimization fell within 5 or 6 categories. 1, through bank accounts, credit cards, and checks. 2, income tax, unemployment or other types of scams. 3 was really around the misuse of personal identity information in childhood when they were younger. The 4th one was really around phone, utility bills. And the 5th one was really around car, home, and student loans.
Of those who were the victims of identity crimes within the last 5 years, at least a quarter were victimized during the pandemic. Most participants told the organizations they were taken advantage of by strangers. However, 40% recounted various incidents carried out by people they knew, with a majority being family members, which Dr. Green says could be a personal and complex battle for those exploited.
As it pertains to family members, there's something very unique to the Black cultural experience that shaped whether or not folks made a decision to address those things. We depend on one another. We support one another. In addition to that, we are working within structures that have historically oppressed us as well, right? And so the people that we're going to for support and remediation, one, and this came up in the study, don't really necessarily believe the stories that we're telling them. There aren't any really clear pathways for it necessarily being resolved.
To help reduce the risk of identity theft, James Lee with the ITRC says you can do things ahead of time to lower the chances of your info being taken.
You need to make sure that you keep your personal information safe and secure, that you use strong, long passwords on your accounts that you use online.
He also says if you're using a lot of accounts online, make sure you're using multi-factor authentication and make sure you keep your records safe and secure.
We know in these particular cases, because it is a family situation in many cases, make sure that you keep that information restricted to only people who really need it. And this is going to be the tough part, is making sure that you understand the consequences of what happens if your information is compromised and you don't do something to try to remedy that. And explain that consequence to your family members as well.
Both the ITRC and the Black Researchers Collective plan on doing more studies, programs, and public awareness in those cities and hopefully others across the country, not only to reduce ID theft in Black communities, but to inform, educate, and inspire the community.
Your personal identity is information, and data is information, and information is power. So use that. Remember that as you think about it.